Good evening and welcome to the Down Under Mastermind call for the 28th of January 2016. Tonight we have Alicia Keys on board with us, and she's going to be telling you a bit about what she's been up to. Welcome, Alicia, and nice to have you on the call.
Hi Robbie, hi everyone. Thanks for having me on the call today. And it's good to be here. And I'm just here to share my story and help in any way I can.
Yep. So, how long have you been with the SFM?
Well, it's been since July 2014 was when I started. And it's been a really interesting journey so far. I kind of came across SFM. I was initially just looking for something that I could learn, upskill myself in, possibly find a new career or a new job out of it. I wasn't really thinking about starting a new business or much to do with entrepreneurship at the time, but as you do with SFM, you open up one email and a whole new world opens up. So I came across it through Marie Santos, who's absolutely amazing and has done a phenomenal job with her business and what she's created for herself and her family, and also for so many of us mumpreneurs as such. And I found Marie through a website called KidSpot, and just found a little article that she'd written and clicked through and ended up getting all the videos. And I actually didn't watch them straight away. So I tend to be a person that I'm guilty of it. I subscribe and then I'll leave it a couple of days and then read the emails a bit later, and set some time aside and started watching them after I'd come back from a holiday. And I just found myself, I was really relaxed, really open-minded after my holiday. And I remember folding my washing as I'm listening to Stuart on the videos, and I was just nodding to every single thing he was saying. I was like, yep, no, I totally get that. And I just totally agreed with everything he was saying. Previous to looking for, an opportunity, I was a dance teacher and a choreographer, and I'd done that for a couple of years while I started my family. So I've got a young daughter, and she's 5.5 now, and we've got one on the way. And I was dancing and teaching while she was young, while I was pregnant with her and everything like that. And I'd always wanted an opportunity, or a lifestyle, I should say. I've always wanted the lifestyle where we could be flexible with raising our children and creating a lifestyle where we had time for each other, and, where I could take the kids to school, work a bit as well, and just always be there for them and put them first. So my husband also owns his own business, and we run it together, and I do some of the books, and he's basically on the forefront doing, all the client work. So we've had our businesses for a while now. And I came to the point where I needed to look for SFM because I had to bring my dancing to a halt because I became sick and I couldn't do that anymore. And I had to live my life another way, and I didn't know how. So I opened these emails, I found SFM, and it just took me to a place where I thought, okay, I'll do this. I'll look into it. I didn't know how far I was going to go with it. And I really just wanted something positive in my life. And SFM really gave that for me. And also with the other opportunities that come with it, with, the affiliate marketing side and as well as learning. I was there to just absorb as much information as I could to take it all in, to be in a positive environment with like-minded people, people that wanted to create a better life for themselves. So, yeah, so here I am. So, yeah, it's been a while, and yeah, it's been an interesting journey so far.
Cool. So do you use what you learned to help promote your husband's business at all?
Not at this stage, no. Basically, what we have with his business is a contract with a company.
All right.
So we're bound to a contract with them at the moment. So we get all our work through a contracted company. So they do all the marketing and the contracting and all of that, and we basically just go out there and do the job. The interesting thing about that is we were in an antenna business for, when did we start that? It was 2006. About 2006 we started an antenna business. I was working full-time as a HR consultant, and my husband wanted to get into this antenna business. WA was in a huge boom. So lots of people, were buying new TVs and, getting antennas put up and building houses and wanting TV points in their house. So we started that business, and we had a really good run with it, with the boom. But as in the last few years, things have really slowed down, and we were always looking for that next opportunity where we could move into something else. And when I found SFM, I thought, hey, we can both get into this. But my husband is actually not into SFM. He's not into the marketing side of things as much. So that's probably more my forte, whereas he's very hands-on and he just doesn't have the headspace to sort of learn it just yet. But he sees the potential, sees the opportunity, but, he's happy doing what he's doing for now. So in saying that, though, we're in antennas, and then with me doing all the SFM and the internet stuff and looking to the future with social media and all the digital life stuff, the new contract that we've got is actually to do with internet fault finding. So he's transitioned a little bit in his own way to the digital life as well. So he basically, fault finds for internet companies and fixes people's internet when it's broken down. So that's slowly transitioned over as well. So in the future, yes, we can do a lot of stuff with online marketing and go out on our own if contracts, change and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of opportunity as well. Yeah.
Cool. So what are you doing with SFM? Just learning or marketing or?
Well, at the moment now, it's taken me a while to pick things up. But in the last, in the last, 6 to 8 months, I've started to pick up some more campaigns and, really get a grasp of everything that I've learnt and kind of put it all together. Marie has been awesome with taking us through like a whole campaign and, with landing pages and, all our email marketing and how to, do your articles and source websites to find your right target market and everything like that. So she's helped me heaps along the way with that. And so now at the moment, I've got a little campaign running on, it's kind of like a mumpreneurs kind of website or targeted for stay-at-home parents. So, I've got a few leads coming through from that. And at the moment, I'm looking at mainly doing content marketing and stuff that's really low cost, just within our budget where, we've got a young family and one of the ways. So, our budget is a little tighter than some of the others that are doing SFM. But as long as I'm doing what we need to do as far as like broadcasts and communicating with your list and building your list, that's the main thing that you need to do to keep your business going. If you don't have leads, then you don't really have a business. So my aim at the moment is just to keep scaling on my leads that are coming in, and just to keep communicating with my list, and to perfect that and get better at that, and and just to keep going with it. And there is still a lot of challenges along the way, but everyone has their challenges, and it's it's not necessarily a problem. It's just the challenge is finding the solution, and when you do, it gets easier. So I've learned so much. So I didn't even know how to use Skype when I first started with SFM. My first Skype call was with who was it? Daniel Stewart. He was my first Skype call ever. So so that was a big step for me. Stuff like creating websites, and even just going into WordPress and being able to do your own blog posts and all of that kind of stuff. I never thought in a million years that I'd be able to do that. I'm a trained dancer and choreographer, and that's so far from my world. I would never think that. I really struggled with the 90-day challenge for a little bit when I first started. I just couldn't fathom sitting there talking. I was like, I'm not used to talking to people.
Your sound's dropped off.
Oh. Hello?
Hey, Alicia, how's it going?
Hi.
Nice to see you, darling.
Hi, yes. Who am I talking to?
It's Marie.
Marie.
Yeah.
Hi, how you going?
Great. Nice to see you. Listen, so how long have you been with SFM now?
So I started in July 2014. So just over
cool.
a year and a half now.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
And what platforms are you using now to market?
To market, I'm basically using other people's websites. So so I'm not on Facebook.
Right.
I've got my Facebook business page, a YouTube account. I've got Twitter.
Sure.
I've got
Hey, do you manage those accounts yourself?
At the moment, yes, I do. Yeah.
All right, cool.
I have used a virtual assistant a few times just to kind of test it out and go through the process of trying to source someone and how to manage them and everything like that. And and definitely if it's in your budget, go for it. For us at the moment, it's a bit tight, but so we've had to let that go. But and it just depends on what's going to work for your type of audience as well. So you don't when I first started, I felt like I needed to go on every single platform and be right out there and put myself out there on every single thing, and it gets too much. So I had to sort of narrow it down and think, okay, what's my type of audience?
Yeah, it's not possible to maintain it, if you're on every platform and you're talking literally, there's probably a top 20 or something, you know what I mean? Top 5 and a top 10. So it would be a lot of stuff to manage, unless of course you were just creating one thing that went across all platforms.
That's right.
And you've got to mix it up because it has to be right for whatever platform it is.
Absolutely. And right for your target market. So your target market isn't going to be, some people that are on Pinterest aren't going to be on LinkedIn, so
LinkedIn is actually a site that I've chosen absolutely not to go near, just through choice, really. It's not really my market. I'm a little bit like you. I come from a creative background. I studied within the arts and design. I worked as a filmmaker and you know, in fashion for a long time, working on magazines and stuff as well. So, you know, when I heard you say, "Oh, I'm in you know, I was a dance choreographer," I'm like, that's exactly what I feel my market is anyone who's chosen to freelance, anyone who has worked hospo, anyone who's worked, you know, customer service and sales, like that's because those are the jobs you pick up when you're doing anything creative.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And, you know, and like attracts like,
Exactly.
I've got a friend that has a jewelry business, and she's right into her creative flow of creating jewelry and everything like that. And she's got a website. She doesn't want anything to do with managing her website or anything like that. So with what I've learnt from SFM, she's actually, you know, that's enabled me to help her out with her business. And, you know, so I've done a little bit of work for her. And that's probably the other side of things where, people that I know, I've sort of been helping them out with their businesses and doing a bit of work that way.
Well, I mean, you know, digital marketing, it works in so many ways, and I think, you know, like Robbie was saying, you know, when you came into this, were you aware that there were a number of streams that you could utilize in terms of, you know, making income? So there is the consultancy, there is the selling of product, there is the selling of multiple products, you know, depending on what your site is about. And it's pretty much, you know, to me, it's like having a storefront. And being able to, you know, sell whatever you want and not having a physical space, but a digital space. And you know, it's just, it's pretty amazing, really.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I mean, when I had my dance business, well, because I'm based in Perth and I've been in that industry for so long, I knew a lot of contacts. But I was helping a friend start up her studio as well. And she hadn't taught as much as I had. But to get students in, you still, no matter what business you have, you really need a sense of, you know, what you're marketing, you know, who you're going to market to, and a good marketing strategy. Exactly. You can have the best products, you know, the best everything, but if you don't know how to market it and get people in, then bang, your business isn't gonna get up there.
Exactly. You kind of, it's funny, isn't it? Because in this right now, you know, you have to be aware of so many different kind of avenues of, you know, where advertising comes from, and so marketing has to be very you know, when I say it's direct, you've got to say it.
Oh, thank God.
Hello.
So anyway, getting back to it, specifics of you know, your avatar.
So what my target market is and what my avatar is?
Oh no, I was just saying in general, you know, knowing that and knowing how to be able to create interesting content to draw those sorts of people. I mean, that's the thing, and it's really whatever you're into. Whatever you're into is really the market you want. Because you know that's what you're drawing, because that's what it is. You can't be like, I'm into this, but I'm trying to sell this, and I'm trying to sell it in this way. You have to be, you know, really aware, I think, of how you're targeting. But I'm just starting out, so I've got I actually have an agency that I'm working with, and I've chosen to do that purely because I didn't know anything about it and wanted that, you know. So where did she go?
Don't know.
It just cut out. Sandra's just, where's Sandra?
No, she's here still, I think.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm
She
here.
said your content should be clean, and yeah, she's right. Terry, how are you? Can she hear me, Robbie, or no?
Yeah, Mary, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
It should be.
Yeah,
it
very
should be
well.
up to you.
Thanks, Robbie. Good.
I'm
You know,
just
we all
What's been
muted
happening?
it.
Sorry?
Been busy.
Yeah. You've been busy?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
You know, I've been having today off today because I spent all day yesterday working on an affiliate site, so getting that up and running. So it was
Yeah,
pretty exhausting at the end of the day, just getting it all.
I can imagine. I've just looked into it. I talked to Robbie about it last night. You know, being able to market other products on my site, and so I've just looked into, you know, ClickBank and creating an account, and yeah, it's I don't know, it's a big deal.
Everyone's going to do it differently.
Yeah, true.
There's so many different avenues out there, and everyone's going to do affiliate work differently than others. There's not going to be one specific way that's going to work for one and may work for another. It's all going to work differently.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
when I got slam dunked off Facebook, that pretty well done it for me. Running ads on there was.
Did you go out to advertise on Facebook just on your own? Like you chose to? Were you working with an agency or anything? Or?
No, I was just starting to. I was just starting on there, running ads on there, and yeah, the company that I get my affiliate work through, Facebook didn't like it, so they sort of closed the account down. And I thought, well, I have to figure out another way of doing it. I can't just sort of, you know, go in and try and sneak in the back door and open up a fake account or anything like that, because I didn't want to do that. So I basically built up a website that I drive traffic back to the website that has different clients on there. So yeah, I found it a lot easier to drive the traffic back to the website than it is to try and endlessly put out these products or anything like that. So,
how were you doing that?
Through blogs or through a VA. I've got a VA assistant.
What's a VA?
So it's a virtual assistant. It's a person
okay.
that
All right, cool.
they have a basic list of clients themselves that they've built up, and I give them access and they promote whatever I give them, and so they dedicate a certain amount of time per day or per week or whatever you want. And yeah, lovely person. I mean, she's been hounding me for like 3 months, so I thought I'd better let her work for me.
Welcome back, Alicia.
Oh, that's cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened? You just lost you, you're gone, and suddenly my face was there. I was like, what the hell? What's going on?
There you go. My computer dropped out.
Oh, cool. Good chatting though. Terry just had some really interesting stuff to say.
Yeah, I was just saying that if like pay-per-click and advertising products and campaigns sometimes can run a bit costly. And with my affiliate work, what I do, I've got actually 3 websites and working on a 3rd one now. And one of the websites I've done is set it up as an affiliate specific product company. So yeah, and what I do is I drive traffic back to that website that has those clients on. So
Okay.
I find it a lot easier than doing it that way than trying to if you've got more than one client and you're trying to promote their product, it's easier to have them all based at one spot and have everyone come back to that spot.
Absolutely. That's what I believe too. I think that you create a site specifically, you know, to promote the products, and they are they work together. You know, that like that to me would be, you know, the idea of cohesion.
Yeah, and even with affiliate work, you've got to have like specific, like I target Australian clients who have companies focused in Australia. So I basically seek out those ones that have the Australian products. So it's based around that, because a lot of Australians don't want to go overseas. They don't want to shop overseas. So that's the kind of person that I'm targeting for that site. The other ones are web designs and things like that, and the other one's an education site. So
wow, fantastic! Good on you. That's very clever. You know,
I advertise a lot through Hootsuite, and all my social media areas are all based in the one in like Hootsuite, and then you just create that one post, and it all goes out to, I think I've got 4 social media networks that it goes out to automatically.
Okay, cool. That's good. Like I'm learning, you know, at this point, and I've just got, you know, well, I've decided to work with an agency to assist my business, and the reason that I chose to do that is because I have a background in film and TV, and I really like the idea of working collaboratively, and I like to work with people who are, you know, finger on the pulse and know what's going on at that moment and that time, and and then trying to create in that way. So starting out, and it's, you know, only a couple of days old.
Thank you,
Sandra. Thank you. Saw that.
Yeah.
Good advice.
You learn very quickly. It's a hard and fast game that you sort of, if you close down like in one area, you've got to find another area quite quickly.
Yeah, and quickly.
You lose business and lose clients, and
Alicia, have you found that? Like, you know, Robbie, can we hear her?
You there, Alicia?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now.
So we're collaborating with other people.
You'll need to speak up a little bit.
There's a delay. That's what there is, I reckon. Robbie, what if she took her video off? Would that make it better?
No, won't make a lot of difference.
Okay.
We had sound issues before. But.
Okay. It could be a bandwidth issue. So if you try turning off your video, it may help.
Yep. Is that better? I've just like
better.
turned my microphone up. Yep.
Yeah. Cool.
So with like collaboration, and is that what you're talking about? With
working with an agency, I just wonder, I know that a lot of affiliates do shit by themselves all the time, you know, like they take care of everything, they rock those platforms, they do it all. And I was nervous about doing I just wanted to, you know, like see, I guess, how you would go about it in the best way.
Yeah.
So that's really why I chose to go with the easy social media, and they've been awesome. You know, the campaign is run out of Auckland. I have, you know, pretty much round the clock, you know, contact if I need to. I can go into, you know, the Sprout social site to observe what's going on, to observe what posts are coming up, and schedule.
So they manage all your social media for you as such. You sort of tell them what you want.
Yeah, because I want to be able to do that myself, obviously, but I just didn't know the processes, so it was just a matter of I don't want to fumble my way through it. I just wanted, you know, because I've done that through the training.
Yeah. Look, that's totally fine. Like, as an entrepreneur, you can't do everything on your own. You know, as much as you would like to and have control of everything, you know, your true leadership comes out when you're able to delegate things that you need to keep your business running. Yeah. So stuff like social media, yes, if that's going to give you time to create, you know, more quality, high quality content for what you want to put out to your website, then hand it over. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thanks, girl.
That's what it's all about. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's, you know, what I've sort of done. That's what's happened as a consequence of, you know, me getting them on board, and it's affordable. That's the thing, you know. At the moment it's affordable, and so use that, and then in the meantime then I can go back to the site, because I had huge trouble with trying to build a site. Having come from an arts and design background, I wanted it to just be just so. Do you know what I mean?
It's never perfect, is it? It's always
it just became the biggest fuck up ever. It was just so bad. And I outsourced it to Fiverr, the logo, which came back, that was great. A few of them, and then the site itself. And because you can only communicate via the platform, via, you know, sort of like an email type thing, and whoever the person that you've chose to use, because you've seen, you know, examples of the work. For, you know, English is a second language, so whatever you're writing, and I thought that I was being quite direct, and the site just came back. I couldn't even navigate it. It was, and I wasn't. I was trying to run before I could walk, basically. So I've ended up with the default site. Thank you. Thanks, dude. Thank God. Thanks, Joe. Yeah. So
there's one thing, Stuart. I remember Stuart saying is that you know, try and learn what you can first before you delegate it. So then you at least know what, you know, how to
something
fix
about
it, or but it's all a learning curve. Like,
I went about it the hard way. I really did. And I said to Robbie, why don't you tell me just to use the site? And he goes, listen, you were just doing what you wanted to do. I was like, okay. Well, at any point I do that again, just stop me dead in my tracks. Tell me what I can do. You know.
Hi, Alicia. It's Leanne.
Hi, Leanne. How are you?
Hi. Good, thank you. Lovely. Big hugs to you.
Yes, you too.
I just have a little question, if I could, please.
Yes, sure.
You mentioned that you were, was it marketing by using other people's websites?
Yes.
How do you, is that guest blogging or banner ads, or what? Can you go into that a bit?
Yeah, sure. Well, what I've been doing is basically like looking at other people's websites that have that, you know, after the same target market as what I'm after. And from there, just checking out if they've got a like a media release, or like I think what's it called, a media kit. That's what it's called. You'll see, like, usually down the bottom of websites they'll have, if they do offer advertising on their website, they'll have a media kit available, or you can request a media kit via email, and they'll give you a listing of different things that they have available as far as advertising goes on their website. So it could be banner advertising, they could have sidebar space, they could have a directory listing for businesses or opportunities, so or job listings even. So that's what I've kind of been looking at, and they tend to be a bit more affordable. They can be like on a month-by-month basis. So you might pay, say, $50 a month to have, you know, your one little box of advertising at the side, You can also do sponsored articles where you can write an article, for the website. You pay a certain amount to have your article published, and you can pop your links and everything like that to your landing pages or to your website or to wherever you want their readers to go to access, your next call to action, whether it be, for me, it's usually the video series. So I try and get them to subscribe to the video series from the article. And I find, that's been a really high targeted way that I can reach my audience without necessarily directing them to my website as such. So I don't have to worry about my website too much if it's, if I think it needs work or anything like that. And so, at the moment my I've got an ad running, and it's on a parenting, it's an opportunities website for people that want to work from home. And I've just got a directory listing at the moment because it's been Christmas and, New Year's and school holidays and everything like that. So I've worked that towards what my budget is for the school holidays and for the next few months. And I've popped my ad in for the next few months, and that's, been trickling leads through as I go through the holidays. And that's my campaign at the moment, that I can still do stuff with the kids. I can, I can rest when I need to, still socialise and do all the things that I need to do at home and all of that. Because school holidays, obviously my time gets a bit more limited in what I can do to actually sit down and come up with content and everything like that. So it's pretty busy. But once school goes back, I've got a bit more time during the day, which is, for me, daytime works out better because my daughter's at school and I've got the house to myself, my husband's out at work, and I can, get things done. Other times, like working at night or early morning, depending on what I've got on. But because I'm a stay-at-home mum, my days can be flexible. So, so it works out for me that way.
So how did you find these other people's websites? Is it like, did you join groups and like forums and things like that, or how did you tap into it to start off with?
I basically, Violet Biddlecombe is my accountability partner. Yeah. So we, all through last year, we've sort of been in contact and sort of helped each other along the way with certain little websites that we've found and gone, oh, this is a good one, and just masterminding with other people, like-minded people or people that have a similar target audience. And we've, been collaborating and just sort of going, oh, what do you think that site, do you think that site would be good, or what do you think of this? Just to get a bit of a second opinion on how things are going. Okay. Because, we are at home on our own. So it helps to have, another person or other people sort of, have a bit of an opinion. Yes. And also Alexa, is it alexa.com? It's a website where you can punch in a website and it will tell you what the ranking is across the whole internet. So it will tell you whether it's a really high ranking website with lots of traffic, and it gives you a few stats and all of that. So okay,
cool.
There's a free version, and I think there's a subscription to it as well if you want more stats. Alexa.com. So it's www.alexa.com. So I sort of go on there and sort of check that out. Just as a little bit of a guide, there've been websites where I've looked at it and gone, oh, Alexa thinks that's not that crash hot, but then I look at some of the things and I go, okay, I know it's at my target audience, and I can see, I've had, dealings with the website managers and seeing like what the traffic is and that kind of thing. And I think if it's suitable to my business, then I'll go for it. And it's all about testing and trying things out as well. So test small, and then if it works, then, you know, test small for like a month and see how that goes. And, you know, if that goes well, then, you know, scale the same campaign for another, you know, for like 2 months, and then see how that goes. And, you know, and if that campaign's not working, tweak it for, you know, tweak your landing page or tweak your content, and then just do it for a month and see how that goes. So, yeah, I've sort of been doing it that way. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Any more questions for Alicia? If you do, just unmute yourself and ask away.
I actually have one for Sandra. She's just put a link up there, and I was just wondering if she could explain the link a little bit more, if she doesn't mind.
Can you hear me, Terry?
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Because I have a couple of products that are in the beauty industry, like I'm selling a couple of beauty products, I wanted to find a way where I could get an ad up that I wouldn't have to like monitor all the time, like Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that. So it's sort of like a banner ad. So I started searching. I wanted good quality websites. So I found those guys. And what I did was I just contacted them, told them what I wanted to do. They gave me a list of websites that they could put a banner ad up on. And I just worked through via emails with them as to, you know, what my budget would be per month and that sort of thing. And they came back with me what websites they could put my banner on and how much, you know, each banner would cost, where the position of the banner. So they basically have actual websites in the beauty niche that have advertising space who are a part of their co-op. And to get you add on those websites, you've got to go through that particular website. But there's a lot of other websites similar to that one that I just shared in different niches, and they'll be like part of a co-op. And what they do is they have a list of website owners who are happy to do banner advertising on the website. And so they're like a little agency. They're the go-between between you and the websites that you're advertising on.
Oh, yep.
And there's lots of different ones in plenty of different niches. There's one in the same niche as the SFM, like membership sites and stuff. I just can't remember their name for the life of me right now, but I did come across them on G+, and they do the same thing as this website. They're an agency, and they can actually get banner ads for you onto websites, whether it be one website or several websites. So you don't have to worry about the whole Google AdWords crap and stuff. Yep. And I know I've saved them in Google+, so after the call, I will go into Google+ and see if I can find that saved link, and I'll share that in the Down Under group for you, if you like.
Yep, that'd be good. So when you say banner ads, they're not like with all the contents rubbish, you've got to pile into it. You just put the banner up there. And
yeah, you can either just get a banner designed on Fiverr and add your link to it, or design your own banner and put your link in it. Or you may even have a video, like, you know, the beauty products that I'm affiliated with, they had their own little advertising video that I was able to use with my affiliate link in it. So I just used that video with my affiliate link in it, and that video went up in the banner spots of these websites. And, you know, I've had a pretty good response from it, really.
And so do they have a time limit on how long they run your banner ad for?
It will depend on the website and how much the website is charging as to how long your ad will run for. So I guess it depends on the time frame that you want. So you'll work that out. I just found it easier to go through these little agency sites, like that particular agency site there for the beauty products. I found it easier to deal with the agent, because that way they could give me a list of the websites. I could go and visit the websites and go, yeah, well, that one's good, but that one's not really good for my product. It's not really in line with, you know, what the message that I want to share with my product. So that's why I found it easier to just use agencies. But if you go into blog forums, like if you go into Google, if you go into like to the homepage of Google and you go into the Google Blogger forum, like you just type in, you know, you go into the back end of your Google Chrome bar thing there, you'll find blogs, and you go to blogs, you'll find 1,000,001 blogs in 1,000,001 different niches. If you just quickly scour through those and find the ones with really good followings, some of those guys will actually have on the bottom of their websites, advertise, here, and you can click on the link and it'll show you where you can place a banner on their blog sites. And you can do the same in WordPress too. If you go to wordpress.com and go through all the blogs there, you'll find some big name bloggers in there. And they have on their blog sites, would you like to advertise on our blog site? And they might be, talking about mindset, and, your website or what your product that you want to sell is about mindset. You can have a look, click on their advertise here link and have a look at what they're offering. They usually have banner sizes, prices, and where you can put your banner and who you can contact to talk about. So, yeah. But don't discount the fact of leaving yourselves little comments and stuff as well from either one of your quality social media profiles or your website profile. So, make sure you have your things set up in Discuss and all the other commenting platforms, so that you come across a website, it may not be geared towards advertising for you, but, there may be a blog post on there that is quite relevant, that you understand that you can comment on. You leave a comment from, say it's with Discuss, and you have a proper business Discuss profile that's linked up to your website. You leave a comment with that profile, all their fans can see your profile. They can click on your profile and go to your website automatically. So you can pick up a little bit of free traffic, and that's a little bit of free advertising as well. But yeah, the agency type websites like that beauty one, I find really good. But like I said, there's a lot of different niches. There's sports, there's stay-at-home mums, there's Kids Spot. I mean, Kids Spot has a website. I'm pretty sure you can advertise on Kids Spot. So, if your niche is about kids and mums, you might want to go to kidspot.com, I think it is. But they're on Facebook. Find their page on Facebook and just go to their website, click on their advertising thing and see if they have some advertising available. You never know. You never know. You might even be able to do a guest blog on KidSpot about, joining the SFM and why you've joined and how it's going to free up your time, so you've got more time to spend with your kids, so you can go to the dance recitals at school and stuff like that. A blog like that would be really relevant on their website. That way you'd get a guest blogging post on a really relevant, good quality website that has a really relevant quality Facebook page. And, that's how Marie Santos started out. And I mean, I think she paid $200 and something or something to do her guest blog on her first website. And that's how she started out and got all her members. So, they're just little things you can do besides advertising. So,
Yeah, no, well, thanks for that. Because I came across a co-op the other day that I was actually looking for one company, and came across a co-op that had many companies in it. And I just thought, well, I wonder if it would work in a similar sort of setup.
It probably would. The best way to find out, Terry, is, construct your questions and send them off a contact form and just converse with them.
Yeah, I've actually engaged with them and they're waiting to hear back from me. So, but I just, I wondered if that worked in the same way. Yeah.
Well, sometimes co-ops can be a little bit easier because, because they're like an agency type co-op, they have a lot of, members, because these members don't want to, set up the whole gig of, the information on advertising on their website, but they would like the dollars that they can get from advertising. And if they can pay a commission to somebody else to handle the advertising for them that goes on their website, a lot of them are happy with that. Yeah, that's why a lot of people have Google AdWords, but not so much the AdWords, but they've signed up for Google AdSense, because Google will place ads on your blog if you sign up through the AdSense, and it doesn't cost you anything. They place other competitors, like they place other people's ads on your blog site underneath your blogs that you write. And if your people who read your blogs click on that ad and purchase something, you get a commission from Google for the AdSense being on your site. So, that's sort of like an agency as well.
Yeah, thanks for
But
that.
definitely have a look into the co-op, Terry. I mean, since you've been engaging with them and stuff, you might find it's really well worth your while.
Yeah, no, well, that's I've actually got to compile a few things for next week, but yeah, they're a bit in depth because I sort of do a bit before I actually go back to them and have a bit of a plan. I've got like 7 of them sort of coming at me at once, and I thought, well, I'll deal with it next week. But yeah, I got to have some time off with, you know, I live with 3 kids 24 hours a day, but I don't actually get to see them because I'm always on the computer. So yes, Saturdays and Sundays are sort of time out.
Well, that's good. It's good that you have time out. It's important to have time out for everyone.
Yeah. Well, I homeschool one of the youngest one, and I sort of chaperone the 18-year-old because she's doing a HSC, and they're all a big part of my journey with SFM and the businesses that I've built up. So, and as Robbie experienced last night, there was a few waves from the back in that. So I've blocked all that out tonight. So yeah, they're normally a big part of everything. They like to get in there and take photos or be on the back of the camera or something like that. And yeah, they're my board of directors, and yeah.
It's amazing how quickly kids pick up on what you do. Like, yeah, my daughter knows now that when I say, look, I'm going to be on a webinar, don't interrupt mummy, she actually really understands what's going on, and sometimes she'll try and sneak in there and say hello, and but yeah, they pick up on things so quickly. But you know, this is why I do it for them as well, because they're going to be at a stage where, you know, this is going to be second nature to them, you know, when they're older. But for us, we need to keep up and also know how to move forward with the times as well. So yeah, absolutely.
I've got 3 of them that want to go to the next Momentum Day, so I don't know how that's going to go down. But me personally, I want to avoid that.
Yeah.
I don't get very much time off without them, and I'm like,
you'll probably end up being like an SFM Kids or something.
Yeah, we need an SFM childcare facility for all the kids that want to come along.
SFM Kids. It'll become like this, yeah.
I think it'll become.
Anyway, listen, Alicia, sorry. Thanks, Alicia, so much.
You're welcome. Nice to chat with you all, and yeah, good luck with everything. And definitely. reach out to, like, you know,
exactly,
people in the
community. We'll all need to keep in regular contact. Definitely.
Yeah,
and thank you, Sandra.
Mm-hmm.
Did John want to say anything? I just noticed, like, his picture, but
we've been here. I've just been listening, that's all.
Yeah, taking it all in.
Where are you at with SFM?
I joined just over a week ago, I think. So I'm just probably halfway through module 4. Bought a domain yesterday.
Okay.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet.
You're a bit of a way through.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I'm pretty much both hands grabbing this and running with it. I need to do something straight away. So
yeah, absolutely, awesome. Yeah.
And once you start getting into it and you start making it happen, and you do one thing and then you want to get something else done, and it's chaotic, but it's fun. It's
definitely fun.
Yeah, I've built up like
that's what it is.
Yeah. I've done so much in the 10 months, and like I've only been there just over a year now, and yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'm not really concentrating on the money side.
You're incredibly active. What's that, John?
I'm on a mission.
I was just going to say, I'm not worrying about the money yet. It's just purely the education and learning about it, because there's a pretty steep learning curve, and that's really, I don't know, it's weird. It's just really exciting learning all this stuff. I'm not actually focused on money for it.
It's beautiful learning as well. It's like really, like, you know, it's expansion. You know, it's really, you know, about developing first and foremost, before you even get to the marketing. It's about being in the right, you know, right state, the right state of flow, the right state of, you know, psychology, the right state of, you know, so that's integral. and then it's about being able to, you know, come up with the right equations, really.
Sounds strange, but I actually understand.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, it's, yeah, for me, the learning has been the biggest part of it, the most exciting and the most progressive, you know, like it's really what makes you want to go further is the way in which you develop as a person with, you know, what you come to learn. And there's just so much, always, so much more to learn.
There is. Well, life, there's always,
just, it's ongoing, and I don't. Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, but it's definitely like it's a cool thing to be doing too, eh?
Definitely.
Like,
so much potential.
Yeah. Well, I've just arrived at the point where it's now operational, John. So out of the training, and just arrived at the point of doing, you know, something with the training.
Yeah.
And I still realize that I keep going back and revisiting the training, because that's just something that happens when you are trying to, you know, move forward. You still have to go back to move forward quite often. And
every time you rewatch a video, whatever, you still pick up something you missed before. So it's invaluable, and it's good that you can actually do that still. The options there for that.
The thing is, you're not just learning one thing, you're learning like a bucket load of things that you can put into effect. Like you can, like there's affiliate work, there's websites, there's social media, there's all different sides to the learning. So if you're not good in one, that's where you bring on someone else. That, you know, that's where your team comes in. I haven't yet got to that point because I've put my hand up a couple of times to have people come on board, but everybody's just getting they get so focused and run with what they're doing, so they haven't learnt what areas they're good in and what areas they're not so strong in. So building a team out of people that are all running the same course, it's challenging to do that. But now things are settling down. I've got people coming to me and asking, well, can I do this for you? And it's that's amazing.
Cool.
That's really cool.
Really nice.
They're not SFM members, which is
no, but they don't necessarily have to be.
Yeah, no, it's just people, and they see what I'm doing, and they just come to me and they just say, well, look, can I help you? Can I work for you? And I'm like, well, I can't pay you. You work free for a while. You know, we'll you know, we do a bit of bartering, and I promote them and they promote me, so it's a win-win situation. So yeah, and it's just I haven't yet found an area that I'm not 100% you know, lacking in, but all getting hands-on at the moment. So
yeah.
No worries. Well, we'll wrap it up for tonight, I think. Thanks for coming.
Coffee time.
Nice hearing from you.
Thanks, Alicia.
Yeah, no worries.
Alicia.
Everyone.
We'll catch up soon.